Welcome to Sundays with Amber. I'm Amber. Today, you will need 2 blocks for practice and maybe a blanket to sit on as well. Come to a comfortable seated position or lie down. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Today's reading is from Mark Nepo, the Book of Awakening. I used to struggle fighting off sadness or trying not to be anxious. But as most of us learn, once that drop of melancholy or unrest beads on the heart, trying to feel anything else is denial. Once the mind, like a long guitar string, is somehow plucked with the slightest agitation, there is nothing to do but let it wring itself out. We all know of the tears that turn to laughter, or the laughing that breaks open to a cry, or the anger that crumbles into a tender loneliness, or the cool face of indifference that cracks, eventually showing its adhesive of fear. Amazingly, as the infinite forms of flowers all rise from the same earth, the earthly garden of emotions, in all their delicate shapes and colors, all rise from the same earth of heart. It is a hard thing, though, to lean into a sadness we don't want, to let the tremor of anxiety work its way through. For myself, my resistance to unpleasant feelings has been my fear that if I give over to the sadness or anxiety or confusion or pain that is upon me, I will drown in it. I fear it will take over my life. I will become nothing but sadness or anxiety or confusion. But what I discover again and again is that feeling any one feeling deeply enough, that is thoroughly and completely, somehow opens me to the common source of all feeling. And at that source, no one feeling can last by itself. So through our feelings, not around them, we come upon the unnameable source of all feeling that can heal us of the pain of any mood. So in this practice on the mat, this is the work that we're doing. We are feeling our feelings. We're not avoiding or denying them. We're actually validating them and moving through the feelings, whether it's a physical feeling in a posture or an emotion or thought. We're acknowledging it and we're moving through it. The one thing that really helps with this is our breath. So we use our breath in the practice in a sense of a place of coming home or to tether our awareness to, so that when we're navigating kind of the fluctuation and the uncertainty of our emotions or our feeling state, we have our breath that we continue to be connected to. When we work with our breath, this helps to regulate our nervous system so then we can actually hold space and navigate and move through these emotions in a calmer way. Sit on your mat with your feet planted. Reach your arms out in front of you and very slowly roll down onto your back. So come all the way down. And then once you're down, inch yourself or walk your feet back so that your feet are directly under your knees, hip distance apart. Center your head and press the very center of the back of your head down. Inhale, lift your hips and your hands up and reach all the way back, top of the inhale. Exhale, lower your hips and your hands all the way back down toward the floor. So it's with your breath. Inhale, press your feet down to lift your hips, lift your hands. Exhale, lower your hips and your hands all the way down. Last one. Inhale, long breath. Reach back with your hands. Exhale, lower all the way down. Now, keep your hands where they are and bend your elbows, so reach the fingers toward the sky. Walk your feet to touch and your knees to touch so they're connected. Center your head, press the very center of the back of your head down. Inhale, lift your hips up and reach your right foot to the sky. Press your left heel down. Exhale, lower the foot and lower the hips back down. Inhale, lift your hips up and reach your left foot up now. Press the center of your right heel down. Exhale, lower the foot right next to the right one. Lower your hips back down. One more time each side. Inhale, lift your hips and the right foot up. Press your left heel down. Exhale, lower the right foot. Lower your hips. Inhale, lift your hips. Lift the left foot up. Press the center of the right foot down. Exhale, lower the foot and lower your hips. Okay, from here, open your knees out to the side in a butterfly position. Place your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your chest. And take a deep breath. Exhale everything out. And just consider your breath in these ways. So first, notice if your breath is feeling dry or smooth today. And is your inhale drier or smoother than your exhale, or is your exhale drier or smoother than your inhale? Now, notice where you feel the breath the most. Do you feel your belly expanding and retracting the most? Do you feel your chest expanding and retracting? Or do you feel the sensation at the back of your throat or the sensation at your nose when you breathe? What do you feel and where do you feel most? And then finally, is your inhale longer or shorter than your exhale? Keep your right leg the way it is and hug your left knee to your chest, reaching your hand to cup the left knee and make circles with the left knee. As big as you want them, as small as you want them, allow the intention to be lubricating your hip joint. So if you feel anything kind of grindy or it doesn't feel like it's doing that, make the circle smaller. Go the other direction, lubricating the hip joint. And let's switch. So come back to the full butterfly and then draw your right knee to your chest and do the same thing. So circle slow enough that you can start to really recognize, you can feel differences or similarities on the sides. It's not fast. Go circles the other way. Great. Now hug both knees to your chest, hands on each kneecap. Inhale, move the knees out to the side. And exhale, draw forward together and in. Inhale, draw out. Exhale, forward together and in. Go the other way. Inhale, legs together, reach forward. Exhale, out around to the armpit and in. Inhale, forward. Exhale, out around into the chest. Now, slip your hands between your calves and your hamstrings. Try not to use momentum here. Take a breath into your belly. Exhale, draw your navel to your spine and start to reach your knees, your toes forward until that lifts you up. Keep reaching forward to lift up to Navasana or boat pose, knees and feet together. Keep your hands where they are to help you lift your chest. Plug your navel into your spine. Stay here or reach the hands forward. Navel in, chest up. Hold 3, 2, 1. Plant your feet and come into Sukhasana or easy pose. So placing your ankles under your knees with your shins more parallel to the top of the mat. Once you get your position, doesn't matter what leg is in the front, turn toward one knee, walk out in that direction, plant your palms, and begin to C-curve your spine. Look towards your navel. As you C-curve your spine, press your hands down where they are. Don't move them, but imagine you can kind of like press the floor, push the floor away from you to C-curve the spine more and get your sit bones to plant closer to the floor. One more breath. Let's switch sides. So come over to the other side. Same leg situation. Plant your hands. Press down and forward like you could push the floor away. See curving your spine and hollowing your hip flexors, your hip creases. Okay, walk back and switch the cross of your legs. So now you'll just put the other one in the front. So it didn't matter which we started with because we're doing both sides. Okay, and then fold over a leg. You get to choose. Okay, align your heart to that knee. Press your hands down and away to move your hips back and down. See, curve your spine and look to your belly button. Breathe there. Switch your side, so come over to the other side. Same thing, push down, press away. C curve, hollow the hip flexors, and then breathe into your belly. Walk back to center and come into Sid Asana or accomplished pose with the ankles right in front of each other and the knees will go out wider. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, seated side stretch. Place your left hand to the floor and reach through your right fingers to the left. You press the left hand down, press it away to anchor the right hip down. Take a breath. Now when you exhale, turn your chest down, C-curve your spine, hollow your hip creases, and reach out with your right fingers to the left. Deep breath into the back of your rib cage. One more inhale. Walk the hands forward and fold directly over the legs for a breath. And then walk your right hand over to the right. C-curve, press your right hand down to the right as you reach now through your left fingers at the diagonal, aligning your heart to your right knee. Pressing the right hand down to anchor the left hip. Breathe into the back of the rib cage. Then begin to turn your chest forward and look forward, maybe up. Inhale, rise, reach up. Slide your hands to your heart when you exhale. Switch the cross of your legs. So place the other ankle in the front. We'll switch sides. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, place your right hand down, seated side stretch. Reach with your left fingers. Anchor the left hip down, pressing the right hand down into the right. C-curve your spine, round your back, and turn your heart. Reach from your left fingertips. Take a deep breath into the back of the rib cage. Walk your hands forward, fold over the legs. Walk your left hand to the left. You've been here. C-curve, using your left hand, pressing, anchoring the right hip down. Reach to the right fingers. Turn your chest forward, look forward or look up. Keep reaching through the fingers. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. Okay, inhale, reach up tall. Slide your hands to your heart on the exhale. And come right onto your hands and knees, table pose. Align your wrist under your shoulders and your knees directly together under your hips. Spread your fingers, tone your navel in. So try not to drop the belly down. Pull the navel in, press your hands down, reach through your left leg. And when you reach through the left leg, do it with your core engaged and bring your mind's eye into your left glute, engaging the glute to lift the leg. Stay here or reach your right hand forward. Now, as you maintain this, could you press your left hand down even more to find a little bit of a lift through your upper body? Hold. 3, 2, 1. Place your right hand down. Send your left knee over to the left. What happens a lot is the right hip pops out to the right. So hug the right hip in as you tone your navel. Lift the outer left knee. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Send your left foot over to the left so that now your right knee and your left foot are intersected. Firm the leg. Walk your hands forward like you're doing a down dog in the upper body. And what happens a lot is the right hip really wants to pop out to the right. Hug it in, and you might feel your left hip lift up, but allowing the pelvis to be more neutral more than tipping over to the side. Relaxing your lips, relaxing your jaw and your tongue. full deep breath in. Exhale out, opening the left inner thigh. Walk your hands back. Step the left knee in. Knees back at center. Tone your belly. Check in with that. Press your hands down to find a lift in the upper body. Then carefully extend the right leg back. But when you do that, bring your mind's eye to your glute and your core. Draw the navel in. Engage the glute to lift the leg. Extend the left arm forward. Press the right hand down to find a lift in the upper body. Hold 3, 2, 1. Place your left hand down. Keep that left hip hugging in when you send the right leg over to the side. That angle, right? Navel in, lift the outer right knee. 3, 2, 1. Extend the right foot over, aligning right foot, left knee. Firm the legs. Keep hugging the left hip in when you reach your hands forward and lower your head. Soften. Slow the breath. Smooth the breath. Walk your hands back. Draw the knee in. Okay. Walk the knees hip distance apart. Reach your chest forward on the inhale. Exhale, round your back through cat all the way to child's pose. Sink it back. Inhale, lift up on your knees. Reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, float back to child's pose. Long breaths. Inhale, table, reach your heart forward. Exhale, curl your toes under, lift your hips back and up, downward facing dog pose. One more time. Inhale, lower your knees, reach your heart forward. Exhale, round your back, cat pose to child's pose. Inhale, stand up on your knees, reach your hands up. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, table pose, reach your heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. As you come to down dog, bend your right knee, press your left heel down. Switch your sides, bend your left knee, press your right heel down. Oh, bend both knees. And when you bend your knees, press your hands down and forward like you could stretch your mat away from your feet. Allow that action to reach your sit bones back and up. Then begin to straighten your legs. Inhale, expand your chest cavity. Exhale, hollow your lower belly in and draw your navel to your spine. One more time. Inhale, chest cavity. Exhale, lower belly hollows in, navel to spine. Walk your hands back towards your feet. So come all the way back there, bend your knees, grab your elbows, and then same thing. Breathe into your chest cavity on the inhale. And when you exhale, hollow your belly in. Navel to spine. One more. Inhale. And exhale, navel in. Right, lift up halfway on the inhale, flatten your back. Squeeze your inner thighs to the midline. Exhale, fold forward. One more time like that. Inhale, half lift, squeeze the inner thighs to the midline. Exhale, fold forward. And just carefully walk back palm by palm. Can you anchor your heels down even when you walk your hands forward? Could you push your sit bones back as you press your hands forward? Eventually the heels might peel from the floor, but you're still making the effort to draw the heels down and back. Hug your upper arms to the midline. Take one last breath in. Exhale, lower your knees to the floor. Bring your blocks over, place them under your hands. And as you do that, situate your blocks so they're about as wide as your mat. Step your right foot forward and move your pelvis forward. Okay, leaning the pelvis forward, relaxing the jaw. Just taking a deep breath. We're moving into these postures. Every posture kind of elicits different physical reactions, feelings. Like embracing that, going slow enough to really feel the feelings of the posture. Place your hands onto your knee and then back up. And for some of us, we might have to actually move the right foot back a little bit so that we really can get the left knee under the hip, under the head. So you're in like a straight line. Press your right heel down and lift your hands up. Grab your left wrist. Now, as you press your right heel down, try to pull it back and hold it. Inhale. Lean to the right. Exhale. C-curve your spine, look down towards your right knee and your right thigh bone, hollow the hip crease, and then hook the left elbow, make a fist. Place your right palm over like a ball and socket joint. Look towards your right hip. Keep the C-curve. Breathe into the back of your rib cage. You have the option if you want to lift the back knee. Otherwise, you can just keep the knee down. Keep the C-curve and breathing. Now look down. Place your hands on the blocks. Move the blocks to the inside. Heel toe your right foot to the right. Turn the toes out. Open that knee out to the side, and then you can move the block under the right hand over again. While holding that, take a breath. Could you still hug the right heel back in the direction of your left knee, like you were in that last lunge? Move your left hand off of the mat. Reach your right hand up on the inhale. Exhale, reach back. Option to reach for the outside of the left foot. Kick the foot into the hand. Keep scissoring the legs together. Peel open your heart. Okay, you're reaching that heart to the sky. Your heart to the sky. Keeping your heart open. One more breath. Release the foot. Bring your hands back on the blocks. Move them to the mat. Step back to your table position. Knees together and make big circles with your right knee in one direction and then the next. And let's just do the other side. So right knee down. Step the left foot forward so you're in your lunge. Move the pelvis forward. You're feeling the feelings of this posture. So does it feel different physically than the first side, or does it feel similar? Where do you feel it? How does it feel? Perhaps sliding the left foot back as you place your hands on your left knee so that when you back up, the right knee's under the hip, under the head. Lift your hands to the sky and grab your right wrist. Push your left hand down and then pull it back. So you'll feel your hamstrings engage when you do that. Lift your chest on the inhale. Exhale, lean to the left. C-curve your spine. Remember, hollow the belly. Look down. And then hook your elbow, make a fist. Left palm over. Look to your left hip. So there's still that hollowness. You breathe into the back of your rib cage. If you did it on the first side, lean weight forward to the front foot and then lift the back knee. Otherwise, you're keeping that knee down. Last breath. Look down, hands on the blocks. Heel toe the left foot to the side of the mat and bring the blocks to the inside or your hands. Okay, turn the toes out, open the knee, allow your pelvis to move forward. In the super open posture, continue to pull the left foot back so you feel the hamstrings engage even though you're opening the leg. So do both. Okay. Take a breath. Move your right hand off of the mat. Sweep your left hand up on the inhale. Exhale, take it back, stay there. Shoulder open, palm open, maybe grabbing the back foot. If you have the back foot, kick the foot into the hand. Drag the left heel back to lift the front of the heart now. Lifting the chin, keeping the heart the priority. So the legs are the foundation that helps to lift up the heart. Okay, one more breath. And then release the foot. Bring the blocks back to center, kind of heel toe the foot in, step back to table, knees together, and then big circles with the left knee in one direction and the next. Lower that knee, come to a seat. You'll need one block close to you as you swing your legs out in front of you. And just like the beginning, hands out in front, start to lower down very, very slowly, all the way down. And as you come down, walk the feet back. Cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh. Stay here or interlace the fingers around the left leg in some way. It could be the hamstring or the shin. Okay, keep flexing the right foot, pulling the toes back toward the right knee. 2 breaths into your belly here. Slow and steady. Using the breath as a sense of coming home, a sense of staying tethered to the breath, even as you acknowledge and really validate all the feelings physically and mentally and emotionally. And switch sides. Carefully plant the left foot, the right foot, cross the left ankle on top, flex the foot, stay here, or interlace the fingers around the right hamstrings or shin. Breathe into your belly, allowing yourself time to really acknowledge what you're feeling without judging it. Place the right foot down, place the left foot down. Bend your elbows, puff your chest. And then when you press your heels down, lift your hips up and put the block any level under your hips, not your lower back, any level under your hips. Scoop the tail forward and lower the hips back down. Bring the feet, the knees to touch. Press the right heel down and reach the left foot up. Okay. As you do this, pressing the right heel down, allowing to be kind of unwavering in the right knee. And place the left foot right next to the right foot, switch sides. Press the left heel down and extend the right foot up. Same thing, unwavering in the left knee. Okay. You can alternate again, or this time, could you pick up both feet at the same time and lift both feet at the same time? Okay, keeping the chest puffed, the head centered. One more breath. And if both legs are lifted, could you bend both knees at the same time? Use your core, pull the navel in, and then lower your feet, core in at the same time. Press the right heel down. Now slide your left foot forward so the heel's on the floor. Be unwavering in the right knee. Press the right heel down any amount. Turn your left knee in an inch to the midline, allowing that to come from rotating the thigh bone in, wrapping the left glute to the left and over toward the hip crease, imagining that kind of feeling. Turn the left knee back up, slide the foot in so it's right next to your right foot. Press the left heel down, slide the right heel forward. Press the sole of the right foot forward. Be unwavering in the left leg. It's your foundation. Be immovable in the left leg for right now. Turn the right knee in. Rotate the right thigh bone so the inner thigh rolls down. The right glute widens and wraps forward. Turn the knee up, slide the foot back, feet together, puff the chest. Lift your hips up. If you can move the block, move it out of the side. Place your palms down or interlace your fingers underneath you. Squeeze the knees together. Press the very center of the back of your head down and hold for 3. Press the heels down. 2, 1. Release your fingers and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. You come here, just take a moment, walk the feet a little wider, and really acknowledge for a moment how you feel physically and mentally and emotionally in this moment. Your arms into a goalpost. Take the feet even wider. Windshield wiper your knees to the right. Look to the left. If your ribs are poking up, draw them into the body. Slow, fluid breaths. And then slowly inhale, lift your knees back up. Exhale, knees drop to the left. Very slowly draw the ribs in. Look to your right elbow. Inhale, lift back up. Hug your knees towards your armpits. So pull them kind of wide into the armpits. Breathe into your belly once again. 3 breaths. And coming back into supine butterfly with or without blocks to support the legs, depending on how your back is feeling or your hips are feeling. As you come into this position, place your right hand back on your belly, your left hand on your heart. And steady your gaze, soften it, close your eyes, whatever feels good to you. Link your awareness to your breath, the feeling sensations of your breath. And for a moment, navigate, really be with any feelings that have been arising for you right now in your life, in a particular relationship, a situation, a place, without second guessing it or judging it, just really being with that, looking more clearly toward what has been arising for you. And then when you're ready, extending your legs out for Shavasana or a seated meditation, whatever you prefer. One thing that we really harness in this practice is not avoiding our feelings, actually go through it, to look, to listen, to feel, to acknowledge it, to not avoid it. And in that way, it might be the harder thing to do, but as you start to do it, you realize that it is the clearer path to a sense of freedom and healing. And take a few minutes in Shavasana. And after you feel like you've had enough time in Shavasana, bend your knees, hug your knees, and give yourself a hug. And have a really beautiful rest of your Sunday. And I will see you next week on Sundays with Amber. Be sure to check out my website where I have more information on live streaming yoga classes that I teach and also recorded videos on Vimeo. Sundayswithamber.com.